Welcome back. The end of the game is near, and most of the plot has been uncovered, at least all the elements that pertain to our divine heritage. So I thought I would take this opportunity, since we are between two quests, to talk about our divine heritage and basically the background, the divine background behind what is happening, the prophecies of Alonso and all that. If you remember back when we were in Baragost, I insisted on reading this very long book called The History of the Dead 3. And I said I would read it because it would eventually shed light on central plot elements. So I will finally explain why. So this book explained how Bane, Merkel, and Bhaal rose to power. Basically, by defeating Jurgal, I think? Yup. So, they rose to power, but soon after, Bane and Merkel decided they would try to steal the Tablets of Fate from the overdeity Ao. And the overdeity Ao is the overgod. He's the super god who doesn't even need followers to be a god. He's just god out of himself. Basically what we conceive as in Western theology as God, well, that is Ao in the Forgotten Realms. So of course Ao is pretty damn awesome, and such an attempt was doomed to fail. Indeed, all the gods, all the lesser gods, well, all the gods lesser than Ao, were condemned to walk the earth. And this was called the Time of Troubles because it has several dire effects on the world. Since of course the gods affect magic, they affect clerical powers and everything. So when they were walking the earth, it was pretty terrible. Among other things, gods had to walk the earth in mortal form, and a lot of them were killed. Bane was killed, Merkel was killed, Bhaal was killed, and many others. Bhaal, however, was smart enough to foresee his own death, and he set up an evil plan, where he decided, to put it mildly, to rape every female in existence, well, as many as he could, of every race, not just humans, but orcs, elves, and maybe lizards, any race you can imagine. So that he would rise again after his death through his progeny. And this is where the basis of the story takes its root. We, Zekel, and Saravok are spawn of Bhaal, as we discovered. So,
yes.
The story revolves around Saravok trying to claim his divine heritage by causing as much destruction as possible. That's why he wants a war with Amn. That's why he's trying to get elected as Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate. That's why he created the Iron Crisis to make the Iron Throne rise in power. All this was just to awaken the divine heritage in him. And that is also why he was dead, and that's also why he had to murder Gorion at the start of the game. So, that is the entirety of his motivations right there, and our own as well, because as a child of Bhaal, we have to decide as well what we want to do with this. Do we accept Bhaal's power, or do we somehow reject it? In Baldur's Gate 1, we don't have that many decisions to take about this. Basically, it boils down to either doing good or bad.
Yes.
And that translating into either good or bad Bhaal spawn powers. Our Bhaal spawn powers are right now Horror, Larlock's Minor Drain, and Vampiric Touch, which are the evil ones. The good ones would have been a Healing Spell, Cure Poison, and I believe Draw Upon Holy Might. It's been a while since I played good.
What?
But in Baldur's Gate overall, you do not act a lot as a Bhaal spawn. Your own Bhaal spawn plot really develops in Baldur's Gate 2, especially in the last chapter, Throne of Bhaal. So that is for the plot exposition. I could not have done it earlier because it would have been major spoiler, but at this point I don't think I'm spoiling much, if anything. And it will shed light on the remaining events. There are not many, so I will cut here, and when we come back we will go to the Undercellars and seek Sarevok.